give you our minds, give you our body and soul. All that we have, we give to you. Let this be your prayer, your heart's desire. And after all, he owns it all.
O Yesu Keriso, lo tātou whaola. Mā lo le soifua maua. Mā lo le langi e mamā. E whawhelo e atu fōl tātou te mā, ia namulo ulu, ma le nofo alo ma a inga whanoa noa. O wō mau mea mamae. O Paolo ma ngafa maua lulunga. Ua tātou whātasi ai i le nei a fiafi. E whātalo whātu fōi i a inga ma uo o uso ma tua whāwhine ma. O le whitelenga i ato ua whangalilo i saia tu i ala kalava. O lo whātasi mai lunga o penga tu whailangi i le nei a fiafi. Ia taluai ono pui ngā lava o le whamai. O le a taumwhai atu lava le tātou sauninga. Ia e whao ngā atua i lava male tali pupuni. We are here tonight to give thanks to God for the life of Isaiah Whangalilo to ua namulau ulu kalava. We are also here to share the sorrow of those who mourn and to offer them our love and support. Oi tuaso whapenei, na saunoa manino I ailo tātou wali whaolo Yesu Keriso. O au nei o le toi tū ma le ola, o le whātua mai I a te au, e ui lava ina oti, ai ola lava ia. O tangata ola uma o e whātua mai I a te au, e le oti lava e o I le whāwawau. Jesus said, I am the resurrections and the life. Those who believe in me will live, even though they die. And those who live and believe in me will never die. Amu ia e whanoa noa, a wā e whamawhanaina I lātou, tātou te talo. Eternal God, our Heavenly Father, your love for us is everlasting. You alone can turn the shadow of death into the brightness of the morning light. By the power of the Holy Spirit, come to us in our darkness and distress with the light and peace of your presence. Lea tua mama nae, lilingi mai a loa nganga pa ia, loa nganga wha mawhanawhana, se to ia ai nei wha potopotonga, ai mai se lava le a inga loto mawhatia mai mato uma, ua poto mai e moli mawina, sau ninga whale a inga o lo mato watalii. Whaatasi mai oe manuia ai le sau ninga a whaia nei, o no Yesu Keriso lo mato alii ma lo mato whaola. Amene. O le whaitawina o le awhionga pa ia le atua, o le a whongaina lea e tia tuai whaiva.
Romans chapter 8, verses 35 to 39. Can anything ever separate us from Christ's love? Does it mean he no longer loves us if we have trouble or calamity, or are persecuted, or hunger, or destitute, or in danger, or threatened with death? No, despite all these things, overwhelming victory is ours through Christ who loved us. And I am convinced that nothing can ever separate us from God's love. Neither death nor life, neither angels nor demons, neither our fears for today or our worries about tomorrow, not even the powers of hell can separate us from God's love. No power in the sky above or in the earth below, indeed nothing in all creations will ever be able to separate us from the love of God that is revealed in Jesus Christ our Lord.
O le atatou vivi atu I le atua, o le pese, a peise vai tafe fifi le mu, o le viinga metutisi numela sifuruma le iwa, o le atatou pese ai.
Amen. Mo lava na mo le atu le vi e ma whaftai le atua. Tātou whaatasi me nei aso. E mo I lava le aso whaano noa e siri atu le aso whawhia. Mo se nea lii, mo se nea uso o Isaia. Tai atu fwoi whaamalo atu fwoi. Sunga whawhia ngainga mo le whaamatangara tātou aso. My name is Afiliota, and it's a real privilege and also a real challenge to be able to share and be a part of Isaiah's family service. And we use the word family in our Pacifica culture, not just with blood, but also in our hearts, also in our spirits. And looking at the faces that have come to join us today really shows how much of a family we are in this time and how we reflect on a life that has impacted us and touched us in such deep and beautiful ways. At this time, we're going to open up and we're going to invite special people in the lives of Isaiah in this journey to come and share a little bit about who he was and who he is and the impact that he had on our lives. O taimi o le mori mau, ia nei la wala autu ia te sunga tō whā namuro ulu, pepe uli, mari umai, tai.
Wākule, sua le sunga I le whawhengainga. O mua ngau whakulou. Lou foi le paia ua whapengao ngā whiama poto le nei e whiafi. Ia ono sauninga whaleainga o le tō wha ia to ua whangalilo Isaia Tuiala Kalava. E mua na a wheroi foi le paia whai ona tātou poto e io ainga ma te paau whare uponu tō whinga e mai se foi o uo a e masani paia o ainga o te lainga I a to ua ngā lilo Isaia whai ona tātou mori mawina le nei whiafi e via le tuana I so se mea e ui aina ua tātou poto na rana wala au po ia. E tai tonu, e o le tātou lava lea lai tas, o umana saundia e le tua, o le langi, ia o le tātou whasino manga lea. Whai tātou te whamaoni ma tātou whatuatua ma ustai whai le whinangalo le tua. Tai tonu alo o saundia e le tua le malo, ia tātou te whapenaona, Iai pe a whaie, tātou te whaia ma le whamau. Ia, lona whinangalo. Nei la whiawhi ia. E te whoi le tamai a namra uru. Tonua, ia, a la mawhtanga ma lona tali. Ia, ma lo le lo tele, ma lo whoi le onsai. Whoi le. Pātotoa wale la mawhtanga ma si ona tali. E, o la mori mau ia pau ala mori mau ia Isaia tangata alofa tangata e nei lope pe ita foi nei tangata na o mat tau nu mai nei New Zealand ia o na winga ia e ata lava e nei lope ia ni winga e fa penana na ilo ai foi ia Isaia ia ino na winga e tō tāmai pe ita I se tas. Ia, tari tōnu au Isaia o se tangata alofa. O le tangata foi ia, tau tua le ainga I mai se foi o. Si ono tamā ina ua whailangi foi le. O lau ngā lona stina, ia, o ia lea sa whapena na whengai foi ma. Tau singa o si ono tamā, ia e pita. Ia, e le tātou te le whailoto. Le tua, ia, pule le soifua ma lo tātou wola. Me la lena paula sia mori mau. Ia le tua le nei fiafi. Ia ina ua tātou poto foi. Ia ono le lo tu fale ainga o Isaia natu na le pau leo se mo mau ia lo fangia le tua ni fiafi ia foi le sunga i le faafeagai ia mai se le paia ua fai ona tatou potupotu o le tamai ana ulu ia pau leo se mo le mau puupuu paafetai
Maro lava lau tō whāna muro ulu e uli. At this time, we invite Auntie Akelana to come and share a few words. So if you want to make your way in.
Whawhitai atu mua le awanoa. E o lea na wala au ia e tama itai leo akeli ana. Ia a lea ua wala au atu ia te au tisau. Wau forsa whangalilo seo o le Uncle Tamaleo Isaia. So se fai sina mori mau pupua ia wafo le mato maftanga matamale le mavae ngata fita mayon ta awelo toi o moria Allo faccio e vai ai dotti le uomini aue e alino il laulupe le a esso ma fai fone le fa o le a e tala fulu i le a na moe ai o le tama ai i o wano fatu ane le paso po lia i mai ai o lo solo to pa o uele masangi ona vai le loto. Na maliu loto ma. Ele vai lo loto. Maliu fo i lo tina. Ya o le mea ta. Ale walu le dina. Ale o sili tu en vai lo loto. Ole isingo Isaia. O Tuiala. O Tuiala o le ingoa lea o lo mātou pranwhai. O ia foi le urua i whangalilo. Tuiala. O na wha solo mai e lea o le swafa i lo mātou tamaa. Lea ua o mai a tiao. Lea ua o le tenere se tonu ar tamalea. O lo fa solo e pea. Le suafa whangalilo. A le whangalilo tonu ar tamalea. I le tangata na matama e le ngoa. E ngoa e atu yala. O le ale eo o asa o leo i le soifuanga. Dea e la taimali. Rainga i ana mraunu. O le fito tonu iai. O le lua vesfunu ma le lua. Me o taunu i Samoa. Ai maua le tala le fu taunu i Isaia. I fonga poa. O le tausanga tonu ale na maliu ai lo mato tina. Lua vesfunu ma le lua. Ona o vili mai le tu sevi. Mau hai le afafine o le tua ngane o lo tina o lo foma. Ta umai ai, o le a mai le lo matua. E tu sevi. E fai mai le tala alo kasen. Wa alu le taimi o alu le tangata ngai lalo alu atu lunga, alu lalo, alu lu. Tu sevi. A le lila o Isaia. Ina ua maua le tala o le a mai le lo matua. Fisili lo le iai o le a fafine le o le tuangane o lo tina. E i se mea te mana o mia. Ai fai mai le tala a Isai. O leo te sau e whaatale lo unana le a mai. Ua umalon soi fua. Fisili lo iai le teini, o ai le ngoa. Ai ta ua, o whaatake. A le fo e whaatali mai. E le a fafine o le lo matua. Ea o le aso lava na soa. Na taunu ua loa Isai e sa taua. A mataloa na whaile ngā luenga o le elina o le tuunga mau o lo mātua tina. Le ngā luenga sa whaia e Isaia e tutonu o lo mātua ai. Lana tautua muni muli lo mātua tina. O le tangata. O tele loa ta o pe whai ngofie, pe whai ngata. Ia le uto tonu a le li lea. I le mea a taunu mai i. E whetau ia mala ututiro i. A leo se atini whanu mahalosi. Ia a whai atu ai atata. Watale loa iai pe fia fia. Ia nau whai lole iai. Saia. O le a e sanga ta whao ana o ewa taunu whai. Sau a inga tau tua le toi. Ka me au te pelo anko. Au te pole le wai. O mātu nā tau sanga whai atu whai. Au te pole le wai. Ia le wai wai nā alu a le ae. Longa vinga le ae whai a le ae alu e whai tali pole ale tūlanga iai. O se tangata e whai tā. O le mawhelo inga muni muni. O le tau sanga le te atu nei. E tūtu i atu le whale. Tala mai o le rila. Ai alua. E tolu si nepa le e watu. Pea, oisa e whango. Ia. Sau e mai e whai, sau me ai. Rai whawhele to ina. Mai a halai, o ni sa e whango. O te le lola po pe penga whango, te le wa pen whango, te wharia. E na mafu ai. E le tau whaamutalaina, winga o le tamalea. O ni si aso ta te sau, o ta toe foi ona o le tumu o matamaiti ne. O se rangata foi e alofa to he loto maulalo. O tele i tanto luina e anu le rile o Isaia. E taunu atu le telefoni i a te au. Fai mai neta. Pili mai le fale. Pa atua la mula ulu. E le i oso so mawhauwhau i a Isaia. Wa oso lo mawhauwhau le tamaa le ainga i a na mula ulu. E iali me utupu. A ubili mai le fale a tali atua na mula ulu. Wa whaelonga whesili nei lo mawhauwhau. Pole ale me lea. Ia e peitai, taua. Ia ua alu i sei. E le tele la sa utala le ne fiafi. Atu le soal. Tunga te tai. Ia e masa foe lo tatu ngai. Isaia. Ia manuia lau malanga. Mai ele atua te no fuanga le lei. Ia e te mapu atu ei non motu. E manu tele lau sunga te tai saunenga. Manuia foe le tapo inga ma saunenga whare ainga. O Isaia le tula fiafi. Ia soifua ma ia manuia.
After lava muri mau te mo fie. One of the things I heard in that moment, that speech, and that sharing was just a desire to see Isaia have his kids and carry on that legacy. But one thing we knew about Isaiah was all his nieces, his nephews, all the kids around him, those were his kids, and he treated them like such. So you always hold that special place in all our lives, and also all the kids as well. But thank you for that. Right now I just want to open it up and pass it over to Neta, Isaiah's beautiful sister. Thanks, Neta.
E mo moana whataru whatalepe I le malu. Sile vi ia le atua. Whaftai le sunga e riko. Whaamsanga mo le nea wanoa. This is the day the Lord has made. We will rejoice and we be glad in it. O le aso le... Sorry. O le aso le nei na whaia le ali. Tato te olioli ma whiwhia iai. Let the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable in the sight of Lord, my strength and my Redeemer. First of all, I want to introduce myself. Hi, I'm Janet Neta Susikalava, Isaiah's sister. I don't know where to start. My relationship with my brother, he always says to me, "You got this." And every time we have our conversations, he will always say that, "Look after yourself." With him, my relationship with him, he's always the one that always hardens me up. And everything he does for me, he always gives me the love, the strength, and everything that he does for me, he always gives me love. That's the only thing that it's the only thing that he has given me. And now, it's hard to say goodbye. For me, it's never say goodbye. I will always carry in my heart everything you do for me, I will always keep you in my heart. What I'm going to miss the most is he always drops me off to work, but I always have to sit at the back. He knows that as well. So many stories, but I want to keep it short. Isaiah, Mum, I love you, I miss you, and no matter where you are, you're always in my heart. Thank you for everything you've done for me and the relationship with Dad and Tama. You have done a lot of work for Isaiah and the love that you put for this guy that who's lying here. But, you know, Isaiah, I will always love you, and I will always comfort you, and I will always give you the love and the strength. So, say hi to Mum. Manguia lo malanga.
Taia Neta, Mronganga Maroshi. I know it's not easy to be able to share, because I know that you and Isaiah had a very special bond. But we also know that Isaiah would ask you to sit in the back, more so for your safety because of his driving. I'm sure we can all attest and be witness to some of his driving antics. So again, his care and his concern for you as well. So thank you so much, Neta, for that. Right now, I'd like to invite Loa Fionga Tanuvasa Salevao If you could please make your way through. Thank you.
Greetings to you all in the name of our Lord and Saviour Jesus Christ. It is an honour and privilege to be standing here to give witness and testimony to the life of Tuioti Lumepa Lesea. My connection with Isaiah was through church, Tuioti PIC, and later Ranui PIC. Isaiah was about 7 years old when I married into Tuioti PIC church. The generation that Isaiah grew up with would be what I would call the going out generation. You would find most of that generation out on a Friday night, Saturday night. They loved their get-togethers. But let's just say that they worked hard, played hard. But the most beautiful thing I loved about this generation was how they were always there for their parents, especially during those years when we were building our new church in Ranui. Isaiah was no different. I was blessed to have played a role as a big brother to not only Isaiah but to many of his generation. I've watched many of you grow up, marry, start your own families. And as we all know, so did Isaiah, holding the record for being in the most bridal parties in Samoan wedding history. St. Giles, Ranui Races, Matty B, Champ, Gavs, Mans, Galoni, Eotea, BLE, Starling, Eyes. These are names, places, phrases special to this generation and special to Isaiah. I was proud to watch Isaiah grow from this young, naughty boy in Sunday school who always got into trouble, to a teenager who still got into trouble, to this grown man who worked hard for his family, played hard, always striving to be the best he could be. Isaiah was fiercely passionate and loyal to his family, his friends, his church. Isaiah was real. He was honest. And then the social functions. They were always memorable with Isaiah. Life of the party, a comedian, first in, last out, and every now and again, Houdini. You may have noticed that I stand here today wearing the greatest rugby league jersey in history. It was in this very garage that a special brotherhood was born over 20 years ago. Men would come here 2-3 times a year to watch State of Origin Rugby League. Queensland played New South Wales. Isaiah was the caretaker of Starling. Isaiah was our Queensland legend. Grown men jumping up and down here in this garage after victory, hugging, yelling, crying. Grown men rolling on the floor trying to punch each other out. Then we would shake hands, hug, and go home, and then come back the next year. I know that Isaiah would be so humbled and proud of all of you from our Ranui family for what you have done for him over the past week. He would even be feeling embarrassed that all of this is for him. Isaiah, you deserve this. You deserve our love. You deserve our respect. You deserve to be honoured. I will miss you, my little brother. E manguera malanga tō ua whangaliro Isaiah Tuiala Kalava. So fua.
Taia lo fionga, tanu vasa salivao. And yes, I'm sure Isaiah would be very happy to see you wearing that jersey with an even bigger smile on his face. At this moment, I'd love to invite Lausunga Charlie Tivanga, representing the LST Ainga. Thanks, Charlie.
Malo lava soifua maua, malo langi mama. Whaftaitele lava mo rewa noa. As he said, my name is Charlie Tevanga, and I do have, as was mentioned earlier, the challenge and the privilege to say a few words on behalf of our LST family. JT called me earlier this week, and he said, also, I need you to do a speech on behalf of our LST family for ICE. I said, oh, that honour, that belongs to Tano and Roger. Maybe live stream Pat Morrow in from Australia. Those guys go before me. But JT was adamant. He said, no, for ICE, we're going international. I need the youngest face of the LSTs leading us, representing us. And those three, they're looking a little bit weathered and a little bit old. But to be honest, there's a number of brothers that could be standing here, and I just count it as a privilege. I thought I'd share just a little bit of our backstory as a LST family before I tell you why the sky is so important to us. LST is a brotherhood of listed old boys. Most of us finished in the sort of mid to late 90s. Some of us finished probably a year or two later than we should have, but that's a story for another day. And like when you finish school, you get into work and you get into tertiary and you start to lose touch a little bit. And it wasn't until July 2005 when we lost another brother, Benz Valeni. And we decided at that point that we were no longer just going to catch up at funerals. And we wanted to turn up to funerals and, you know, not to say that it's been too long between drinks, to be more deliberate about our mafkanga, our relationships and our families. If Ben's passing was the catalyst, then the last few days have been a chance to look back to see how true we were to that pact. And we've had so many good times, ICE, our theme party, drinks, pool parties, pool comps, the social we ran at the Siviki, our kids' Christmas parties, our 07 Wellington trip, auditioning for the World Cup ads, Blues versus Chiefs games, banter, poker nights, bake-offs, the different LS t-shirts over the years. Even when we camped at Rebel Sports for our Sevens tickets, Starling Stadium provided the couches. You could tell we were new to the waiting for tickets in line game because we had these really big single-seat couches and most of the other people just bought their camp chairs. That pact in August 2005 set us in motion for our LST summer camps, and over the past 13 years, our summer LST camps have taken us to Cape Reinga, the Hokianga, the Christchurch, East Coast, Whakatane, South Island, West Coast, Picton, Papamoa. And Papamoa was also the place where we heard the news. And despite the boys telling you to come to camp, you never did. But looking back, it's hard to see that those camps happening if we didn't make that pact, if we weren't deliberate. And if you didn't give us a place to call home, our base, our Starling Stadium. You gave the banter, you were the fun, you were the glue that brought us together. So it's not so much what we've done, but that we have been involved in each other's lives and in those of our families. And that's why you're so important to us, ICE. Whenever the brothers returned from overseas, you were the one to rally the troops. The message would go out. Pat's home. Sai's here. Tyrone's coming. Hanger it is. If there's banter, no one outwits you. If there's drinking games, ships coming into the harbour carrying anything, you're untouchable. If there's drinks, you're our Kevin Hart. If there's quiz nights, you're the one everyone wants on their team. You're the good cop to balance John's angry cop. You're the glue that binds us together, often not so visible until it's not there. Kind-hearted, quick-witted, our gentle giant. In our LST brotherhood, you are generally in one of two camps, either the Blues or the Chiefs. Eyes and two other clowns in our groups, they are Chiefs, mana, hard. And honestly, these three stooges, it's like they were born in Waikato Hospital and they went to Hamilton Boys High. They are so Chiefs hard. And this week I've been trying to, the Chiefs won their championship final in 2012, and I haven't been able to see any photos of these guys wearing their Chiefs colours before 2012. So I don't want to say bandwagon, but there it is. I know a lot of our partners have a special place and a relationship with you. You are that guy, the one in everyone's groomsman, every partner's favourite Listonian. Why we do what we do has always been the same. Brotherhood, family, no regrets. So have we stayed true to that pact we made 17 years ago? I think I would say yes. I would rather be here tonight with you with so many memories, so many good memories, than saying that it's been too long between drinks. Namalaulu, Cavs, Judith, Tama and Janet, John, Kololo and Max. All our love to you from the LST family in France, Aussie, Dubai, New York, and of course Okilani. Actually, there's no LSTs in Dubai or New York. I just wanted to make us sound a little bit more international. Guys, the ship came into the harbour this week. This time it wasn't carrying a cargo full of 80s music, movie clips, or past All Blacks. It carried posts, songs, movies, and events that reminded us of you. We wish it hadn't come into the harbour, but it's here, and it hurts. We are so blessed to call you uso. Emmanuel Malanga Saya, all of our love, the LST family.
Whatailo Sunga Charlie Te Vanga. Thank you for sharing those memories and those insights on behalf of the LST Ainga. Because we're in unusual times, not all of our family and friends are able to be here with us. But thanks to technology and thanks to the setup that we have here, and I'm sure you say will be just beaming from ear to ear, seeing the production that's gone in place for the celebration of who he was and who he is. We have some ainga who will be zooming in and sharing their moli mau through the internet and through Zoom. And so the first moli mau that we'll have on Zoom is, you say, his older brother, and an older brother to all of us. Lau tō whā, Namaro Ulu Kalava, all the way from Australia.
Never know. Mawhai ona whai atu tino mori mau o po'o wā Leausa le nei o Isaia. Mo lava ona o whawhataima si iwi inga lo tātou atua mo le nei asu. O mawhai ona tātou whaatasi a wā. E sau ninga le nei, whawhatai fōi lo songa whawhea ngainga. O taitaina tātou sau ninga. Le ka le sia rānui. O maamti nā tātou ainga. Whapea fōi o o te ngātou ngāsani o wāre nei uso. I'm going to try and keep it brief as much as I can. Hopefully you guys can hear me. And so my name is Stephen. I am the oldest of his family. My mother was Lesea, and I have been blessed with Isaiah as my next brother, and Tama and Janet. And we've had others in our family, so I'd like to acknowledge Kilia and Ainga and all the different family members that we've had come through the house. When I was asked to share, or I was asked to do it, I really, to be honest, I've actually been practicing for a few days now, to try and make sure that I'm going to say the right things. And I could come up with a lot of anecdotes and a lot of funny stories, blah, blah, blah. But you know what? It was their, mine, and his. So I'm not going to share them. So thank you guys for that. What I do know is that with each and every one of us that is here on the Zoom and those that are there, you all have your own story, unique story with this young man. You all have a testimony of the impact that he had on your lives. And what I felt to do was more, not so much a morimau from a personal perspective, but a thank you, a massive thank you, and to list it all. And I know Isaiah would be, like Val said, Isaiah would be embarrassed because he's not a guy that likes to be at the forefront of these things. He wants to make sure that everything runs smooth. Like my mother used to say to us all, And so right now, I just want to thank you guys. Thank you so much to my church family, my St. Giles family, everybody. And I could go through names right from the Piali'i, right from, all those besses that we had to go to, all through the times that we had to, to mighty all those times that we had to walk from the front of the church to right in, and it was hot as, and I can see my mum looking at us because all of us would be playing or doing something. And then Isaiah would get the flick because he was the closest to my mum. So I thank you guys for that. I thank you so much for everybody in their relationship there, right from the parents of those that have gone before us to all the children that have come through. That generation, Val, you're right. That generation where each and every one of them are just for the impact that they had on my brother. My brother's character was developed and built according to those he surrounded himself with. And all you people that were there during that time, I just thank you so much. Thank you so much, my PIC family. Thank you so much also to my Breakthrough Church family. I know you guys have only sort of come onto the picture for him just recently. And I know a lot of my family will have been looking at you guys all at the house, but these are my family that he has taken on board and that he has impacted so much that they would come to show the love that they have for this young man by doing what it is. And so as you see my brother laying there in all his beauty and his glory, I thank you so much to my Breakthrough family for what you have done and made my throne. Until he goes, he will sit there, and we are so proud and honored that you guys would show that. But such was the impact that he had for everyone. I thank you so much to his workplace, and I know the brother Henry will be speaking a bit later on, but I thank you so much to Charles Parsons. Again, surprised that you actually employed him for as long as you did, because I actually never thought he went to work, but that's fine. If a guy can have a 40-minute break when it's only meant to be half an hour, I was able to get away with it. Oh, sorry, I didn't want to let secrets go. Give to his school friend, because he also went to, I think he went to 6 months in Kelston as well. Lumepa Lesea also like Kelston. But wherever he went, whatever school he went, he overwhelmed by, with regards to even their wife, he was that guy that was able to just, I don't know, just be there, just be that guy. Only one guy can fill that, and that was him. And so I thank you so much to all my usos that are there, LST for life, all those that are all over in France, to the usos here in Australia. I know you're preparing something for your brother, and I know it's hit hard, especially for Hyman, to all my usos here in Australia that wish they were there as well. I know your brother would be smiling and would be laughing, and more than likely standing with you at the back with a cold one in the back of someone's car, so that they can cook one after. But I know he would be so appreciative of everybody, of all of you LST usos, all of you guys. I encourage your mafukanga, stay close, because you never know when these things will come to pass. And like my uncle shared before, I never in my wildest doing this. I am honored beyond words. I cannot spare enough to say thank you, and to just continue to feel the warmth and the kind words, to hear them, really does lift a weight off my chest, because I just feel it. Apart from that, that's it. I've got nothing else to say. I just know, he's again, just would want me just to say thank you so much. Thank you to his usos that are there, to Afi, to Walolo, and to John, where just thank you for being there. You guys are my eyes, my arms, my legs, my heart. To my brother Tama, you're amazing. And to my sister, Isaiah's got you. You always had you. Even when he okengiat you, it was always out of love, always out of wanting to see you better. And so I thank you for that, my brother. I just want to share a verse. I know I've got, my apologies if I've gone on a bit long, but I've only got one shot. I've got the Eminem one shot and all that. Anyway, I will just bear with me. I'll find it here. Oh my gosh. You say amen? Yeah. So the verse that I wanted to read and I wanted to finish off with is 2 Corinthians 1, verse 3 and 4. And it says this: Blessed be the God and the Father of our Lord Jesus Christ, the Father of mercies and God of all comfort, who comforts us in all our affliction, so that we may be able to comfort those who are in any affliction with the comfort with which we ourselves are comforted by God. Thank you so much to my brother. The words that I've got that we've put on there, and after I finish, I'm just going to allow some time for my kids to come up and say a few words. But you'll see on his picture there, loyalty, love, and legacy. And he leaves that with everyone that we know and love. His loyalty knew no bounds. And the legacy he leaves is exactly, tap the person next to you and say, you're part of his legacy because you were impacted by this beautiful young man. Thank you, my bro. I'm just going to step up and, yeah, just one by one. So bear with us.
Hi everyone. Hi everyone. My name is Jennifer Calava. I'm one of Uncle's many nieces and nephews. Straight from his brother, but I'm sure Uncle Ice was an uncle to everyone. I don't think I could say it on the spot, so I tried to prepare something. Words cannot sort of, I don't know, describe how remarkable Uncle was. There was so much to love about my uncle. He was kind, caring, funny, even when his jokes weren't that good. He had I also loved the way that he had so much love, unconditional love for anyone he came into contact with. I'm trying to do this without crying or breaking down, but one thing I'll always remember about him is his sweet tooth for pretty much anything that had sugar in it, but especially for cake. So whenever we came over to Ranui, we could always count on Uncle Ice to drive me and Fiona up to Pack and Save or Countdown to get cake and biscuits, and then we just sit around, have maybe a Star Wars marathon and just watch and eat cake. Uncle didn't and doesn't have any kids of his own, so he spoiled us like his own. He loved us like his own and also yelled at us like his own. We love you, Uncle. We miss you so much. We miss you so much. We are hurting so much because we can't see you, and I know it's gonna be some time before we see you again. But you're with Nana and Granddad, so we're thankful for that. But we just wish we were there with Uncle Tama and Auntie Netta. We love you guys so much, and we miss you as well. And everyone that he had an impact on, we love you guys as well. We just wish we were there, but I thank you for letting me talk. For once, I don't have that much to say because I'm completely speechless, but yeah, I'm done. Thank you guys, love yous. We miss you, Uncle. Yeah.
Shakers is pretty revealing. To be honest, didn't think, like Dad said, was going to be giving this speech. Oh, sorry. But for those that don't know, my name is Tawake Dalawahelotu Kalava, that blame the Tongan side for that name. But I'm the eldest son of Stephen, and blessed to be the nephew of Uncle Wise. Man, just hearing a lot of stories of, how he was a humble guy and stuff like that, I crack up because I never got to see that guy. The man was always boasting like, yeah, bro, I know everyone. I'm the mayor of Ranui. I was like, fuck, I swear I don't know what you tell this to you. Stories, guy. But seeing everyone pull through this week has just been evident of he really was the go-to guy for everyone. I swear that Charles Parsons' van, just better not say it because he's got some workmates there, but it got used for moving furniture, for delivering this, delivering that. But just to it goes to show what kind of person he really was. He's been there from the get-go, even since I was little. I was telling the fams over here in Brisbane, after church, in Ranui, we used to Nana used to give me coins, and I used to walk with him to the dairy to get a pie and get a drink. We went from doing that to Ubering to the liquor store. So we can kind of say that our relationship really matured so quickly. But that was something I admired about him, his loyalty and his love for us. I just want to tell one story that I think for myself sums up Uncle Eyes. For those that don't know, me and Eyes are actually not even friends on Facebook. It's hard to see posts and stuff. It kills me because we're not friends on Facebook. And the story behind that is I got Facebook when I was 18, and then I remember I went to him. And I'm like, oh, Uncle Eyes, you can add me on Facebook. I got Facebook now. And he's like, nah, bro, you add me. And I was like, aye? And then he was like, yeah, I'm not gonna add you, man. You add me, and then I'll add you back. And so it was a bit of banter back and forth, here and there. And then I remember a couple of years later, I had the privilege to go work with him at Charles Parsons. And then on break time, I saw the computer was open, so I went on to go on Facebook, and he was still logged in. And I was like, oh man, this is my chance. And so I search up my name and I click add friend, and then I quickly go around the corner and go on my phone, open up Facebook, and I accepted it. And I felt so slick. I was like, oh man, this guy lost and all that. Anyways, we're on the way home and we're driving, and then I was like, I opened up my phone and I turned to him. I was like, oh, bro, you finally folded. And he's like, what do you mean? I was like, you finally lost our bet on adding me on Facebook. And as I'm opening it, I open the Facebook app, go to his profile and see the man unfriended me. And I was like, bro, what the heck? I was like, bro, look at him. And he's like, gotta be quick around these ways, bro. And I was like, wait, what? Bro, and I just stood there. I was just shocked there and just laughing, and we just started laughing all the way home. And it was, that's the kind of guy he is. So I don't know about the humble guy that everyone's talking about. Hopefully I get to meet him one day. But I got to meet the boasting uncle that, he said he knew this guy, knew that guy. But just one more thing, he before I moved to Sydney, he talked to me and said, he's like, man, make sure you don't go for long. And then, tell your parents, that's what he said, tell your parents you're a grown adult now. You don't have to, go out there back and call and stuff like that. And I was like, oh, yeah, I will. And then I remember he'll just message me every now and then. Come home, Neff. Come home. You stay coming home, Uncle Wise. Coming home to you. To see you in the carport for a few cold ones in the chili bin. Just to have one more with you. But I love you. I miss you, and the legacy will continue on. But I love my love, Pito. Afatu.
How dare you? How dare you leave? You said you were waiting for the borders to open up in March so you could bring Dad to visit. "24 years banked. And it'll probably take 24 years for me to post all the memories and the photos. You look so handsome. And I'm so glad that my crew decorated the garage to look like your wedding reception that I was waiting for so long. When I talk about Eyes, I refer to him as my little brother. And because we've been married for so long, I actually treated him more like a son, as in if I found something wrong with his clothes, I'd put them in the bin and then I'd go buy him replacements. Or he would come to me if he, sis, I've got a wedding tomorrow. Do you have a shirt? And I'll just go into Steve's closet without him knowing, pick out the nicest shirt to make my brother look good, because you might meet someone. But instead he had 27 suits. And I have no words. To say how much I'm grateful and thankful for all that you've done for your nephews and your nieces, for us. I guess you deserved to go home. And we can be selfish and wish you didn't. But we'll see you there. I love you so much. I miss you. To my younger sister and brother, Neta and Tama, we wish we were there to stand with you. And to Dad, your grandson's coming home. But so much to say, but I'll save it till our own time in the garage. But we love you. We love you so much. You're the 3 kids that couldn't jump on, or the 4, sorry, are just too broken to speak. Still so surreal. We love you. Manuia lo malanga. I want to say thank you to my crew close to my heart, David Leva, Emma, Desa, and everyone else that helped out to stand in for my children and do your best to make his drinking spot his place of origin, his Where's network room, and his dating on the phone in the garage. That's why there's no coverage. Thank you for making his final place before he rests so beautiful. But we love you all. We wish we were there, but we are grateful and thankful to God for his life. We're thankful that you blessed us, Father, with a brother that loves with no conditions and no judgment. But Manuia lo malangas, I love you so much. That's us. We're out. I don't, I play it.
Love and our prayers to you guys, because we can't even imagine how hard it would be for you guys to be there and be so far away from someone that you love so much. So all we can do is just send our love and our prayers, and also know that we feel your love and your prayers through what you guys have shared and just throughout this whole time. So we love you guys, and we just know that there will be a time where you come home and then we can share those stories together. So thank you so much to Stephen, Judith, Junior, Jennifer, Isaiah, Fiona, Daniel, and Scarlett. Love you guys. Love you guys so much. Our next Zoom Molimau, we're going to cross over to Auntie Susi. So if we can just go there, and then we'll just carry on from there. Thank you.
Ile suafa manuma lo le atua le tama le alo ma le anganga pa ia o te whaatalofa ma whaafeilo ai atu i lau susunga i le whaafengainga i e riko ma le wharetua a le itasi a whamasanga le tai o le sauninga whaapea le pa ia o le e kale e sia i ona tūlanga whaalupe paolo maningafa a inga na lua a vea lo whaatau waa o te tūla iai le ava ma le whaaro alo se i whaisi na o moli mau i si au i saia mai i le awhionga pa ia le atua i le whaila unga sifururua o le whae upu e ono se i o ele fitu. Au le i whaamaluina le mai a rio, po o tae le ipu auro, po o nuti le kate i le vaipuna, po o ngau stia le mea ta avili le vai eni. Pa toi fo i atu le efu i le ele, e pei ona iai ia, pa toi fo i atu le anganga i le atua, o le ena fua ina mai ai. Ioe, awe, ua tae le kate. Ua nuti fo i le auro. Ta au ti wai au te aroa. I rā nui, i au kilani New Zealand. Le awha iwa se lau fitu sifuru male iwa, na au o mai e New Zealand. Ma au a mato le mama futai ma Isaia. O si au moli mau i mama futanga ma Isaia. O Isaia, o se tangata e loto alofa. O se tangata e usita i tele Isaia. I le soifuanga o Isaia malona tuputupu ai. I ona winga tau saafia o Isaia. O se tangata e whainga tāfo i ona winga i le situ. I taimi ma te mafuta i ma Isaia ina ua mato o e se mai ma New Zealand le afe iwa se lau iwa sifuru ma le val. E toi titi asa o Isaia i tau sanga uma. E ina ua whaile riune le mato a inga i Samoa.
e alu atu a Isaia e avatu uma le whanau a kalama a o la iti tamaiti sa au whai a Isaia e whai di a whia se tā whai poiponga ai whai mai Isaia mam au ele papole toi titi a o laua iai ai e o se mafutanga e vava lata tele i maa ua ma Isaia. O taimi uma mātou te malanga i Samoa. E ma te malanga whaatasia ma Isaia. I le taimi muli na mātale no ai ma Isaia. O le ni uia. Sa ofisiri atu i a Isaia. O a mai si au tama. Ai wha mai Isaia. O ro mani uia pea. Ina ua o ile tausa ile ta amatano tausanga ni. Ai wha mai o wha mai Isaia. Mam, see you next month. O wha aku oi e ke sau ka kawhau. Ai wha mai Isaia. E make a koe wakusi o ka maa. Ua lewa fo ele i koe ki e se wa alene. Maloka nga male gaungau ka inga. A kongole. O le kaimile o le a mako koe whedo a iaimba. Ma Isaia. Talo whaia Isaia. Ua le koe e se lupe sau i inge. E lele mai Brisbane. Ona ulu pe uale le ile mau talo faila upe le la upe le uale ilo Kamula ulu le kukele no fale akua fo ai aku ni manga kulelei fo ai leona mal malo sia ke oe tama neta ko ua kalava ai ko ua yoange ya fa pe fanga lilo na loaka fa afikai mo kapenga uma mo Isaia ya o sola foi maga fa afikai kele la sungari kai ele kapua ingari ninguém yaso ia whangalilo ko ua Isaia ku iala kalama ia manguia kele la malanga alufa le akua ia maua sau ngufuanga ku mau i longa ngufuanga lo ngufuari i pa ia ia manguia la malanga ia ka koe mafuka se kami o luma ia patasi pea Yesu ma oe tasia te oela pele ia fatonu pia oa ala ia fatasi pia Yesuma oe etuma esuma esuma Lofa moe moe lofa moe moe ya Yesu Yesu Tateso Eloa Iai Maguia la malanga Isaiah Manguia la sunga le kai kai ma le fale kua. Le pa iha le e ka le sia. Wa mai ma sangia Isaia. Wa hainga lua. A muiha o koua le ako pa ma va e ako le kosa ungingo Isaia le ko inga kolonga. O longa kingo i le pala o koe o kiaso. Love you, Isaiah. Manguia la malanga.
I le swafa manu malo o Yesu Keriso. Leao le kalesia o te whata alo whatuai I lau susunga I le whawhengainga ma le whaletua. Le paia o le kalesia whapea ngamunga ulu ma le ainga. Folasa ma le ainga. Le au fia ua poto I le ne itu la. Awa le wha moe moe o sauninga mo le tuangange. Ia to ua whangalilo Isaiah Tuiala Kalava. I le awa ma le whaaloalo o le awha paraperitania lo moli mau. My name is Pue, my mom is Susi, and Auntie Lesinga, Isaiah's mom, are sisters. I will share my moli mau on behalf of my younger sister Fata Ape, her husband Junior and their children, my younger brothers Tano and Tasi, and his partner Kat, my partner Pat, our children, and my Fata Ape, Whangalilo, Isaako cousins. Kalava and Isaiah are the older brothers we never had. Auntie Lesinga was she was our second mom. We always had fun activities to do with Auntie Lesinga, and Isaiah would have to drive us around to do whatever activity, would make mussel fritters, and Isaiah would be the one that have to drive us around. Me and my sister would cry to sleep at Auntie Lesinga's house, and in the middle of the night, would cry to go back to our mom, and Isaiah would have to drop us off. He never complained. He never got angry. He just showed us unconditional love. When Auntie Lesinga gained her wings, Isaiah stepped in to fulfill. He never missed out on any of our family activities. If the kids had first birthdays, Isaiah was there. If we had 21st birthdays, he was there. Isaiah would randomly pop into Brisbane when he had things on, and my sister and I would be like, oh, Isaiah, come stay at our house. And he's like, nah, I'm going to go stay with mom. So we'd all la'o our kids and we'd just want to be with Isaiah. The beautiful frame that's there, it's got love, loyal, and legacy. 3 beautiful words to sum up Isaiah. His love was unconditional. His loyalty had no ends, and his legacy will live through his brotherhood, his beautiful nieces and nephews, and our family. I'm so grateful for the bond that I have with my brother Isaiah. We were only messaging each other on Monday, making plans about him coming to Brisbane and Sydney, and we planned our family reunion, and we said, we're going to make it happen. So we had our committee, me, Isaiah, Tama, Garcia, Tony, Neta, Ata and Lina, all and Ape, we had our committee, we made all our plans, and we all went to Samoa. It was such a beautiful reunion. And Isaiah, it was like Auntie Lesinga was there because he was there. I'm so grateful for the bond that I have with my brother. I'm grateful for the love that he showed us. I'm grateful for this time that we have with Galava and Judes and the kids. We miss you so much, Isaiah. I still can't believe it. Thank you for everything you did for us, Isaiah, for the love you shared. We know you shouldn't have Beles, and we know, but we all know Mom's Bele was Isaiah. So it breaks our heart, it breaks her heart that she can't be there to send you off, Isaiah, but we love you so much. Your legacy will live on. Thank you to everyone. Thank you for the opportunity, for letting us speak and share a bit of a moli mau for our brother. O te alofa ia te oi, Isaiah, ia manuia lo malanga, i o se moli mau whātou vaa mole tuangangi, i le swafa Yesu, amen.
We're now going to cross over to a moli mau from BJ, still on Zoom, but we'll now hear a few words from BJ. Thank you.
Whawhatai lava mo le awanoa. I'll try to keep it short and sweet. Hi everyone, my name is BJ Tuioti. I'm calling in from the Gold Coast in Australia. Thank you for the opportunity to share about our brother Isaiah Ice Kalava. I grew up knowing Isaiah back in our Te Atatu St. Giles, Ranui PIC Razor days, and kept that bond ever since. Isaiah always looked after us younger ones, never excluded anyone. And he had a gift to make people gravitate towards him everywhere he went. I also was one of the realists. He was always there for you every time. My wife and I would go back to New Zealand. He'd always make time for us and he'd always show up without fail. I always knew Starting Place was home and was open for anyone, no matter what time we'd visit. His smile would always just welcome us there, and he would always greet us with that same smile, make us feel safe and welcome. His loyalty and humor, his huge heart is what I'll miss the most and I'll cherish always. To all our Kalava family, Dad, Tama, Neta, we're all thinking of you, wishing we could be there physically. We're covering you all in our prayers and our love and strength. We love you all. And we're always standing in the gap. To my also eyes, thank you for taking me under your wing, being the brother that I never had, and I'll never forget you and everything that you were to me and my family. Everyone here in the Gold Coast in Australia, I'm sure they all feel the same way, that we all miss you, we love you, and it's still surreal. Love you forever also until we meet again. Ia manuia lo malanga.
Te love our BJ, all the way from Gold Coast. Just shows how wide and how far his reach and his impact was on many of us. So thank you so much. We've got one more testimony and one more mori mau from Zoom, on Zoom. And I'll cross over to Henry Nicholas on behalf of Isaiah's workplace, Charles Parsons. Thank you, Henry.
Sorry, I was supposed to be there tonight, but I attended a rugby league training this morning and found out later on in the Arvo that there was a close contact of positive COVID case, so unfortunately able to be there. Yep, for those who don't know me, my name is Henry Nicholas, obviously one of ICE's work colleagues and also a dear friend. Still saddened and shocked, days later, about our brother. Still hasn't really sunken in yet. But just like to open up with just a couple of messages from a couple of work colleagues from overseas. The first one was from the owner of the company, Charles Parsons, who was the owner and managing director of the group, who sends his condolences to the family and is obviously saddened and shocked by the news as well. Another one coming from Ashley Hallibush, who's the operations manager for Australasia for Charles Parsons, who's based out of Thomastown in Melbourne. He was also very close to Isaiah, and he wishes to express his condolences to the family, and again is saddened by the tragic news of our brother passing away. Isaiah completed 16 and a half years at Charles Parsons, and he was a really valued member of the team. His passing has left a massive hole, a massive gap in our team, and one that will never be filled. He was so loved by everyone in the group in Auckland. He'd always go out of his way to help others, and I think that that was just Ice. It's just in his nature. He was always putting others first, before himself. Even though he was busy, that he had his own job to fulfill, he would always give it up to go and help someone else. And I guess it's that trait that we really going to miss about him, because like I said, that'll never ever be fulfilled in our warehouse. When JT rang me the other day, he said to me, can you speak on behalf of the company? And I said, I was like, okay, yeah, I'll do it. There's so many other guys who could have done this. Trying to think of a story about ICE. There's so many. There's so many work ones. There's social ones as well. We've gone out and had a good time, and you guys all know about the stories about ICE falling asleep in nightclubs, and we've had to pick him up off the floor. Trying to drag him out of taxis, trying to get him into his bedroom, and all that kind of stuff. There's all those kind of stories out there floating around. But I thought I'd share a personal story. In 2018. My youngest son, Marcus, made the Auckland under-14s rugby league team. And the training nights had clashed. And I couldn't get into trainings because of I was involved with my own team. And I said this to Isaiah, and straight away he came back to me and said to me, also, I will take Marcus to all of his trainings and any games that he's got coming up. And I looked at him and I said, are you sure? And he said, without a doubt, I'll get that done. And to cut a long story short, ICE fulfilled that role for me. And it's something that I've never ever forgotten, and it will stay with me, forever. It was, just truly grateful for what he done, for my son. He didn't have to do it, but he volunteered, and he got the job done for me. And sometimes at night, I talk to my son and I say, "How was training?" And he would say, "Oh, it was good," and then he'll tell me about it. And then I said to him, "Does Uncle Ice give you any pointers?" And he said, "Oh yeah, he used to tell me about his rugby league days back in the, when he was growing up." And I'll just laugh. And I say, "Well, you just listen to him." And then he'd go, "Oh yeah, but the best thing about it, he'd always stop in at Burger King and buy us dinner." And I'm going, "Oh, okay." And then so I think it was their little secret. So I rang Ice from home and I said to him, "How was training?" And he said, "Oh yeah, the boy did good." And then I said, "How was the Burger King after it?" And he kind of looked, he kind of giggled on the phone. And I said to him, "Hey man, this is kind of like an elite team. We sort of need him, at his optimum." And he said to me, "Shut up. The boy worked really hard. He deserved a treat. Leave him alone." And we had a bit of a laugh. And it's that's just true Ice to a T. Always wanting to keep others happy, make people feel welcome. and again, putting others before himself. So it was, that's just one story that, of many that, I'd just love to share with you guys, and one that I'll never ever forget, and one that I'm truly grateful for. Just to Dad, Stephen, Tama and Janet, and Margaret, I just want to say to you guys, thank you very much for sharing Isaiah with us, allowing him to be part of our lives, allowing him to be part of our work family. It's something that, will, the memories, all of the stories, we'll never ever forget. He'll remain, close in all of our hearts, from the guys that have come through, Charles Parsons, to the guys who are still there now, who are still deeply shocked and affected by this. Like I said, work will never ever be the same. So Ice, I know you can hear us. Just want to say to you, brother, that I love you, man. And you look so beautiful, laying there. I'll never ever forget you, my man. So just on behalf of my little family, Alexia, myself, and our kids, brother, we say goodbye to you tonight. But I know that we'll see you again. And I love you forever, my man. Thanks, family.
Thanks so much, Henry, and all the family at Charles Parsons. And I know Isaiah will be deeply missed, and his presence will be missed in that place. And I've heard some funny stories about his singing while he's driving the forklift. I'm not sure about health and safety and what they think about that, but that's just Isaiah. We used to live in Avondale on Mead Street, and there was one time I was standing on the driveway and Isaiah happened to be driving through our street, taking a shortcut to try and catch the $1 drumsticks up in Avondale for lunch. And then he pulled over and we were having a chat and having a yarn, and then I said, "Oh, how long's your lunch?" And he said, "Oh, it's 30 minutes. And I've never met anyone who half an hour is actually 60 minutes to Isaiah. And then he still had the nerve to shoot up to Avondale and get his drumsticks and then go back to work. But that's Isaiah, and so just beautiful to hear so many different people sharing. And just thank you to all those who share through Zoom. It's not the easiest platform to share through, but we felt your heart, we felt your love, and we felt your spirit come through as you were sharing. Right now we're just going to open it up, and so I know he's got so many loved ones who are here today as part of this family service, and so we'd love to give this opportunity for anyone who is here in Starling out there, just to be able to come and just share a short mori mau, short testimony about Isaiah. I just do remind and encourage, and I know, for us, Samoan time is also one of those things that can extend, but if we can just keep it to 2 minutes, just be mindful of the time, and I know also it's pretty hot out there, so if we can keep it to 2 minutes. So if there's anyone out there who'd like to share a short mori mau, just make your way in and just come to the mic and just share, and if you could just keep it to 2 minutes, that would be much and greatly appreciated. So just feel free to come through, and they'll let you in, and then we'll just go from there. Take.
Tailava malava noa. Yeah. So sila mai. Yeah, ole real until neo Akeliana Fangalilo Toy Fiver. I don't care what rugby team you're talking about, a winner, a loser, or whatever. Isaiah's taking bulldogs with him, and that was it. Vivia tuia lo ne nganga ya Yehova. Awaile le oya. E fa'aba baulava lo na lofa. Lona alofa ma lona ngalilei lea. Na ia tape na ina mai ai leo langa. O whangalilo to ua Isaia Tuiala Kalava. I le wha se fulu ma le tolu o tausanga. Isaia o te fia wha atoa i le nei tūla. I le alofa wha ali ali o le atua. I a Isaia. Ina ua taunu ati le tala. E tele fesili. Na fesili ngia i e lau whanau. Isaia. Why now? He's too young. Way too soon. Na o whai atu i lau whanau. E alofa le atua i so o se tangata. Le alofa whaali ali o le atua. Lea ua ave Isaia. Amu ia Isaia. Ele i safa. Ele i polonga o ia. Namu lau ulu. Male whanau maa inga lua ma ua Isaia. Lea lofa whaali ali leo le atua ia Isaia. Au ape ana whape e mai Isaia. E tika ina o ia. E polonga o ia. O na tinga. O na mawhatianga. A lea lofa le atua. Na moe lava Isaia. Ma malo lo. File mu. Fatasi malona matai. Lona lua la fia whaasoa. Whamanuianga le atua. Na whamanuia ia Isaia. Na whaasoa ai Isaia. I lona ainga. O lana i kalesia. O ana wo. Ai maise. O e si o sio mia lona si o sio manga. E tolu vaenga. O lea whaasoa. Mua. O lana service. O lana tautua. Po lana au na atu. E le whapitoa i Isaia lana au na. Tangata matua. Lai titi. Talavou. E tutusa lana au na. Mau oa. Mativa. Pe aini mea. E alu lava le au na Isaia. E tautua o ia. O Isaia. E mativa lava o ia. I le whaatino ina. O lona alofa. E mativa o ia. I tupe. Male oa. Ai mau oa. Male i le alofa. Male osi a inga. O lana. Tautua o lana vaenga muli. O le fusia o lona alofa. I ana mea e whai. Lea ua tau tangatangai. Ua tau tala ngā ruenga Isaia. E leo tinga ina le ainga. E leo tinga ina fo inisi. O a tali mai ana uo. Community malona sia manga. Whamanu ana i whai e lea tua. Ia Isaia. Mo ia la pele. E le mawhai o na ufangalo ina o Isaia. O ki wapia Isaia na umalo lolo uso. Wo le tai o mai nei. Pai atu Isaia. Walu lo uso. Isaiah never give up on me. It's always on my door. Tuioti Lumepa. Isaiah, moe ia oe le pele ilo loto malo ni nganga. Moe file mu ia oe. Se ia bala aulo matai. La wa auna lele ia ma le whai mauni. Ulu fale maia i le fia lori. Until that golden morning, I will see you, my belly. Love you, Isaiah. That's time you never know. I love you.
Whaptai mo lap noa, pa talo whātu i le tatou ainga, o mamalum pa ia ua o fia le nei e fiafi, ai se tu loutou pa ia o la leo o iai. La whaisina tamaitala lava ia Isaia. O la o 1982 nga o sawa i New Zealand. Mātou mafuta ma namula ulu ma anti le sina. O la memory Isaia o la ititi. O le ula vale ia. E fiu e tau fiofi le ai o fo ngā leo le. O le farsa. Ia e maua iale sina i le lima. Ia awana i. Ngai mamulu ak. Ia ai soa Isaia le. Ele aol fo ilele ia. Ia mausa na vanoe. E alu ele atoa. He's a kid that was full of life. He's a kid that was full of fun, full of life, and full of love. And as an adult, my memory of Isaia pe amata o my yasi uncle is always cheerful, always happy, and is always welcoming. O taimi uma o te whatia ia Isaia po le ase me matu tala no ai. E pawatala Isaia ia, sister, I want to pole, I'll get it done. Sister, I want to pole, I'll get it done. So that's Isaiah's simple answer. Is always a smile and just say, "I'll pole, say, I'll get it done." So Isaiah, we will miss your smile when we come to see Uncle. But Whaftai, we thank you for the times we've had. I wasn't meant to cry. But we will sing a song for you as Auntie or Auntie Talia. So I'm a cousin of Isaiah. I grew up with Isaiah here in Starling Place since 1982. So Auntie is sending her love. And wa'anga I Auntie e whape, ia se usula pese. So in that, o le amato taumawhai e usu se pese se tasi o vela foi le fala. Yeah, we're going to keep it simple. O se pese masani ai le au fia. So as a family service, so as a family, we can all sing together. Ia whaaftai ma le amanoa, ia manuia le sauninga.
whafkai mo le amangoa. Wa whai on kunga mai. Wa mangaku. O ke fia kula ia ko e fia whaise mo ni mau. Wa o le sui whaila kusi le kalesia. O lo ingoa o sikangaka, soriola. O ngā o forsa o le whaila kusi le kalesia. E leo o mga kuai e kau o ngā whaisenga mori mau mai le kalesia. O lo sama ko mafukai ma ko whako uo whangalilo i saia. O le muli mau lava la e amaka mai ai le kaimi a o vai ai a Isaia. O Isaia a soifua i folava i Kongo le kalesia PIC a o i te atu le loku. E o nganga soifua i whai Isaia o se tasi o alo le kalesia ya sa la ko amakainga lava le a o ngasa sa o ngai ya Isaia la o ngasa ya o nga pasolo i foi le la kalvo nga ua ye foi la kalvo ya sa ngalue foi Isaia ma o ia o skasio alo foi o kalesia Kongo la kalvo kong whaingo lau kalabou, ia o ngā ele ko kelengi, whanau le kalesia i le vai taimi. Ia se o lava i ngā koe sifi mai le kalesia i ranui, ia whapenga lava o ngā roku e lava Isaia. Pea o ngā kou sila fia, ua fast food koru o ngā kausanga. Ia o fast food koru fo i ngā kausanga, o roku a Isaia i Kongo le kalesia, ranui. E leo seisi sa malanga ese ma ngofu seisi aku ngu a soifua i folava ia i ngei i ranui ia o mai lava i kaimini ngei o makoroloku lava mai Isaia i le maitau o ngai ai ngai fuafuanga le kalesia sa vai vai a inga e la kou ki keu inga le malu a pe foi un fama mama fanua ta o vai ala vala Isaia a o le masinga foi o le laku ainga mal ko fanga mla uru mal kausi ya le singa ya e wa kulava mga mla uru e fama mal fanua mo le va va ku pa yo saunginga e muri lava sion kamae so songi sion kama fa kingoinga foi o la ko kaimi kiu ke Kongo le kalesia e o inga vala umai le tua ki ngā la inga ia le singa. Ia, sa uwa ia Isaia ua tau mawhai e whakaungu pēa ia kiu ke sa whai e sion ki ngā Kongo le kalesia. E lua kulava e sosangi sion kama, ia e whakingo le la koufoi au nganga i Kongo le kalesia. Ia, o ngā ruenga ia sa whaia Isaia. Kongo le kalesia. O whea lava e aru iai, ia e vai a lava ingisi saungia kele i Kongo le kalesia, e iai lava Isaia. Au kaimi o kai ia le umkuka wakul pa ia o le. O ngā le mako e kalesia e whaile mako catering. Kaimi la o kau avenga le kiukelea. Kasi ngei alo le kalesia e mangisi foi e o ki wha moi ai o ngai kele ngā ruenga e kapenga le hō, kapenga le farsa. Kasi ngei alo le kalesia mangisi foi o alo le kalesia e loa e whaise fuafuanga i le ngau ka e le hō ia rua kulore lako solo. A koe sosoangi, a koe ka penga le hō, ka penga uma ia me uma. mo fa ka nguingo se fa mo moe sa faingo fia ya kia un kau ave nga luenga o ngai se nga luenga faisi o nga fita ngis kaim ai walo ngai o le kalesia iai mai saia ia sa fa mo moe iai e po fe lava o iai ai o lo kai mila ko ke lo le faisi nga luenga ngauka alua kulo mo le la ko solo yo akulo nga lue ele ko kau fa ko nguinga yo akwa ko ilo le nga luenga fai ka penga le hol ka penga le farsa yo ngo fa kali la fo ile se uma yo ngo ko ama ka fo ile ko ka penga pe yo tuia sa o mai ka winga ya Isaia e mori e fo fa ka kele Isaia ya ku sa ma nga luenga sa fai kongo le kalesia e sila fiele tua o ya ke ia fo kau yo nga luenga al tangata alang kau kua ilang nga luenga Aluayo ngo Isaia e kasen lo ko lua markinga Isaia ya wa ke ngo fo i le ngumela sfur ko le le mamau e kele ala ile lua ku Isaia e sabali bali aku lunga ila fangau la ku kalngoa o nisi aso o ke falongo mai wa kangir kelfongi ya kaliaku kelfongi o Isaia o la e fesiri Isaia ilo wa finge makua mori e fia kalngoa iai ya nga papengale on kalngoa o mera mga o iai Isaia ya mori e momori e se me fa se paki o ngai musu alu skavale e mau ye se leo ai mga o e alu momori yo ko saule fa kali fale ko fa kali kai me ko piki mai fo Isaia sala pe piki mai le fale va veao ya e sau ngofo ko al fo ya e fa pengala vale la ko ma tanga fale ainga wa pe lava ya Isaia o sola ko kuangange kaluai o ngo lo wa kali e ku pulanga le ya mai Isaia ya us ful ka usanga kalunga ya nga ko kas o le la sa pe Isaia o se kuangange o la fanau le la ko ainga fa sa kaua ya o la mio Isaia o ke mai tawinga a fai aku la fanau pai se ipu me ai ave la lo ya ngam la ulu i se aso pa ya nga mai lo ka mai ki a mai ai lo la Isaia nga mai se e lo foi Isaia fa ka mai se me ai e va ku foi lunga ya kia e fa pengale a mio Isaia o ke mai ka winga ai o stangata o makua lo nga mafau mo i loa o ngango mea e vai ai o le aso muri ngo uwa ia Isaia makal ngo mai Isaia o le aso le kausang fo o ke wa la ku Isaia ma fanguainga e fa mangu ia kausang fo ia ngo fa kai fo le ia Isaia ku sai ma me alofa le kausang fo ia ai pa fu se ia loa o le aso lua no tau aris furu lua sau ye faisinga palolonga man ngā luenga i koe foi lea is furu lua au sau le pangama mai la falfa o kumu ai i lumal fale o ko fanga mlau o le ofi ka vale ya o ngo walu ale mo lo wala ngonga e ye mele kupui e kasi ala le te langonga ya kia ke msalos ko fanga mlo ulua au ka ngua kulunga ola e kangir mako ainga ngo vai akulea e ye le mea le kupui e se la vai ya sa ule pisa lain mako ainga o nga sa o ngofo makau sei kau ko ale mele ke vai aku ia ile ya se o lava inga kau ko ai o maualoa le kala walu isai e le kai kongu lo mafofau pa ule kai kongu lava o nga ila uva ai o ka sili ngel malosi o fa na nga mla ulu o isaia aka nge sili o nga malosi ai mo ka ule kai kongu lava ya ta ka un fai lava e fa ko ama ku ile tua e maftianga o iai fo ile ainga mai sir ko fa ya nga mla ulu ya ga pauleo se mori mau e winga i ya Isaia ya sa ngia lau malanga alu malfia ya lo fale tua ya kalia mai lo wanganga ma ya fauru fale aku oi longa malu sa ngia le tua se ngofa ngalei ma fukai ma tanga tu mau so i fua mai manuia las
Whaktaitelea muri mau. Sorry, I'm just mindful of our time. Because I'm just mindful of our time, and I know we've got so many people who'd love to share stories and their own testimonies of Isaiah's impact. But I'm also mindful we have Sunga Whawhengainga who still has things to share, and also I'm also mindful of Te Mao Muraulu, that he has time to rest as well. So apologies if we're not able to fit in any more, but I'm sure you all understand. So I'm going to hand it over now. Whawtaia ture Sunga Whawhengainga. I'll hand it over to you and you can continue on for us. Thank you. Oh, we have a media presentation. Yeah, this guy's getting it all tonight. So we're just going to have this media presentation and just a few snippets of Isaiah and his journey, and then I'll hand it over to share just a few words of encouragement from our faith. Thank you.
We were the babies of both families. Stephen and I were the center of attention. We were both the golden boys by our parents. Then Isaiah was born. It was game over. We were no longer the favorites, we were the backbenchers. Watching this kid grow up, he was nothing like Stephen and I. We were the quiet ones, but Isaiah was totally the opposite. You can hear his laugh from down the road, but when he got a hiding, you can hear him crying even further down the road. Isaiah's values were always about family. Family was so important. I remember having chats with Isaiah. We would talk about our properties, about our priorities will be about family, how important family is. Watching Isaiah grow from a little boy to a loving man with a caring heart, it shows that he has been blessed and been raised by my uncle and auntie, Uncle Lamlaulu and Auntie Lesina. Isaiah would always mention he made sure his father, siblings, and his nieces and nephews in Australia are always looked after. One thing that inspired me about Isaiah, he had so much respect for everyone. He got along with everyone and anyone. With his big smile that the girls would drop to their knees. I know Isaiah had so many friends. He's well known to everyone, not only from his school days, friends at Auckland Uni, people he drank with at Shadows, mates he played rugby with, and his work colleagues. I can honestly say bumping into Isaiah at different nightclubs back in the days, it's either he's underage or using someone's ID to get in. Isaiah has such a big heart for everyone. This guy knew so many people, it wouldn't surprise me if he was good friends with Tula Epa and Fiami. I know a lot of his mates have lived right here in this house. For whatever reasons, this was the place. This was the go-to place. I heard his mates will say to him, can we stay for a few days? A few days became weeks. Weeks became months. They're not sure years were part of the plan, but Isaiah would always welcome them and stay as long as they like. That's the Isaiah that I know. So a few years ago, my phone rings. I answer my phone, I say, hello. Hello, and all I hear is Dad. The only person that calls me Dad is Isaiah. I was like a second father. If not, Uncle will be Dad. So I called him my little son. So I said to him, Isaiah, what's wrong? And this is him. Dad, I'm stuck in Christchurch. I said, stuck in Christchurch? Do we have a Bailangi family in Christchurch? But no, he said, this is him. We missed our flight back to Auckland. We got no way of getting back. We're stuck. I said to him, who did you fly with? This is him. We flew with Jetstar. I said, well, that's a budget airline. What you're going to have to do now is actually find a dinghy and start paddling back to Auckland. But that's him. Hey, that's the kind of person Isaiah was. One thing I noticed about this boy, that when I was just talking to Isaiah during that time, I was saying to him, why would you go all the way to Christchurch when you got the Waitakere Rangers in your backyard? And if you wanted some actions, there's always Otra Heights. But you know, still had that same laugh, eh? I just wanted to slap him. But then I said to him, okay, that's fine. I'll wait till I speak to your dad and I'll tell him exactly what's happened to you, that you're stuck in Christchurch. I just want to hear you cry a mile away. But then I remember what I said to him. Family will always be there for each other. He actually listened. I know he would do anything if it was somebody else. Bless this kid. Isaiah we are still shocked. We are still shocked that you had left us so sudden. But I know God's called you to come home. Isaiah, I know you are the mayor of Ranui. The wild, wild west won't be the same without you. I know you love your music. I know you're smiling and laughing. So from your family, we are going to sing praises for you. Just want to call upon my family. We're just going to sing a few songs for this lovely Hampton young man. Prophesy.
Fua le atua e au matatou Tau fi maui le wha atua tua savali per E le toi mama o ia Manulu e manu o mai le po malolo Fia Loani Wasaunia Eloatua Aupenga Olotawa Itai Niuma Na Te Tai Lo Lima Le Papa Mauanuma Falilo Oe Maile Waleanga
Malo lavale on sai. Lea ua. Angai ngai mai tātou sauninga. Ia ua. Tau I tonu a mataimi whātūlanga ina. I sauninga o maliu I nei taimi ma. Taimi whainga tāwhea ngai tātou mal whāma. Ia. A me whoin tātou malolo. Ia, tai awa ena, ma lea solua toi maua nisi ton, ai wha malo atu. Ua peile maliu o le lilo Isaia, te leinga ia whangalilo. Ua peila wa o le maliu o le ai ngā tupu I Peritania, po ai ngā tupu fo I Tonga. Ona, e se alfatino ina o le nei sauninga. Ia, e te saule, whaitoto alai luma o na tau file oe, se wangana wa iei se IT, e whamau ai, ulu fale mai te tonu. Ele mea o loo whai eile, tau samaanga male, fia. Ia, o le a whato a whaile mo le mau o le whaiwhe au I le asolua. Mo le mau whale anganga le nā mo le atali I Isaia. Nau sina upu pupu lava. E whamalosi mo tātou. E lo tātou whanoa noa. Ma le vai vai o le mawhau whau. I le nei lava I tūlā ma le nei aso. We are here tonight because of love. Our love for Isaiah and God's love for him and us. O le au te lenga o moli mauia na whaalongo ai le afiafi a tole nei. O le upu le lima o na matai tusi. O le alofa. Alofa. It's because we love people so deeply that their absence makes us hurt so much. And death is something that separates us. When we are separated from someone we love, we feel as though a part of us has been cut off. While death does separate us, we are told in the scriptures that there is one thing from which death can never separate us, and that is God's love. Le sa faitawina, le tusia Roma, ilona mata upo e valu. Fai upo e tolus ful valu mal tolus fuluiva. For I am convinced that neither death nor life, neither angels nor demons, neither the present nor the future, nor any powers, neither height nor depth, nor anything else in all creation, nor anything else in all creation will be able to separate us from the love of God that is in Christ Jesus our Lord. Tātou whātasi mati ngā alofa whātasi. I le nei pō ona ole alofa. O le misi alofa I le atali nei. Le uso le tuangane ia Isaia. Ta asia le langona lea o tātou o mai ai. Alofa. O le langona alofa. Whaingatai o nei tu aso. Ua momotu ele oti le maftanga mawhanawhana. Matua le anga tele le nei mea o le oti. Awa ua na whātea ese ina I tātou ma le atali nei. Awa le tusi lea sa tātou whaitou ina. Ma wha longo iai. Ia fionga wha mawhanawhana le atua. E ala mai lana apostolo Paulo. E le ai se mea e tasi o nei mea uma. Nā te whātea ese ina I tātou. Mai le atua. O le alofa. O le alofa o le atua lo ia keriso Iesu lo tātou wali. O le alofa I taimi o le lelei ma le solo lelei. O le alofa foi o le atua I taimi wha le lelei ma whainga tā ma pua ngā. Ne ma whai e le oti, le ma whai e le ola. Po se tasi lava mea na whaia. O na whātea ese ina mai tātou le alofa o le atua. Ona olona alo Iesu Keriso. Ton fisili lea mo I tātou le nei afiafi. What kind of love is the love of God? Pape feon tātou I loa. Le alofa o le atua ia I tātou. It is a love that seeks. O le alofa sa ili mai o le atua. Wa lo tusia I tono le tusia perfecta o Isaia. Niam salo po lea e ingo aile li lea. O tātou o mā moe. O mā moe ua se ua taitasi ma whaasanga lava ilona lava ala. Mā moe ua leilo loa. Mā moe ua tā ape solo. O I tātou uma ua se I tātou e pei o mā moe ua taitasi ma whaasanga ilona lava ala. Pado lea lofa o lea tua. God look out for you and me when we go astray. We go on our own way. That's why Jesus is called the Good Shepherd, who was sent to seek the lost sheep and bring them safely back into the fold. Elena o le alofa sa ili mai o le atua. E malesi vaenga lona lua. God's love not only is a love that seeks, it's a love that saves. Ele ngata o le alofa sa ili, ai o le alofa faaola. Sa ili faaola. Ena saunoa ia Yesu Keriso I teimi o lana misiona I le lalolangi nei. Awa ua sau le atali o le tangata e sa ili ma faaola I le na le iloa. Ia male upulo na tolu e, ia mana tua, I le alofa o le atua. It's a love that stays. It stays forever. No matter how difficult the circumstances may be, God's love will always be there. O le tolu le na. Male lona wha. A lava upu I e wha e te alu mo oe mai le family service o Isaia le pōnei. E te mawhau iai. God's love is a love that secures, seeks, save, stay secure. O le almea ua secure mai le alofa o le atua. Ua secure alo tātou ola whaavavau. Ua umana sau noa iai ma whetalai iai lo tātou wali whaola. E ala ia Yesu Keriso. Jesus said, I am the resurrections and the life. He who believes in me will live, even though he dies. And whoever lives and believes in me will never die. That is the secure. That is the security o lo tātou wola. We know that Isaiah's life has not ended at all. In fact, his life has truly just begun. And in that new life, Isaiah has finally been healed of his sickness. It's been said that sorrows look back, worry looks around, and faith looks ahead. Namula ulu male a ingali, wo mau me mamaya Isaia, whapel tātou e kalesia, o se wheau wha manatu lea mō tātou. O a mea whainga tā e tutupu, ma ua tātou manatu ua mamao ai o tātou wala male atua. E alofa ale atua ia te oe. Po whea e te tā milo ai, e alofa ale atua ia te oe. O le alofa o le atua o le alofa saili. O le alofa whaola. O le alofa e tu mau e le liu e whaavavau. O le alofa wana au mai ale mauti noa mō tātou. E le ola e whaavavau. Wā o mauti noa. E le mawhai le oti po le ola. Po o angelu, po o alii, po o e malolosi. Po o mea inei o na po o mea atali. Po le mawalunga, po o le loloto. Po o se tasi mea na whaia. E le mawhaia ia mea o na whātea e se ina. Mai tātou i le alofa o le atua ia ke riso. Iesu lo tātou wali. Amen. Tātou pe pese whātasi i le pese e whakasa o le whāwhitai le atua. Tātou te whāwhitai ai le atua mō le ola ma le soifua o le tātou atali nei. Tātou sauninga. E na ona whamana tuatu, sauninga muli o le tātou atali. O le awhatau nuina lea i le malu. O le PIC i Ranui. I le tūlā o le afa le sefulu le tae au. Ia, talu ai ono lea ua tātou I le e uma nei le pō nei le mōli lanu mōli maua toi se ai tātou le mōli lanu mu na ona whamanatu atu o le au whai o e mo lea sauninga muli e toa se lau. Lona winga, ia, e tau ona ai le leisi tātou numela ma o atu le sauninga lea, ia, e toa se lau, ia whatasi ai ma le tātou vaccine pass. Ia e urufale ai tu tonu o le malu, e pei foi ona e urufale mai ai I tu tonu o le nei maota. Ia o nai whasirisilanga le nā, mo le tātou sauninga I le asolua, pe a auli atu I se ola, ma se malosi, o le a tātou talo whamanuia. Ua mai anei la mātou tāpua inga sa mātou whaalongolongo ai, ma le totoa ai le tele o au mea lofa. Ma lou ta mau a inga, ma tā leni, sa e tu uina I lau au auna, lo mātou wātali. Ma o se wha manatu fo ia mōli mau, I lo mātou atali nei, ia I mātou o la pea. Ia avea lo mātou whalongolongo I ona tala, e whai malui I lo mātou fo I ola whale whātua tua. I nāo atu ia o tau ma le file mu. Ma iai atou tau uma le manuia o le atua le tamā. Le alo, ma le anganga pa ia, nei maaso uma lava. Amene.
Wa mai nga ngwe nga le skala kuma kuma nga ngwe nga sa pai mo ka ku skala na wa ka ku ka ia mo ka pa bilang ya ka mo mo nga nga dilo le nga mo le tua ke pa pa ia mo pa mo ia au le yas na ya ma ka mo ia ki o ka ku pa bilang Ai o tuna ora ule wa le wa pe o ki por ki ko kai ao ai o mga ka ka ia I mo pa ko wa ki sa mo ka ko ia no ko ai ma pa mo mau ia ma lunga tuaro male koa male kopu e fa pe foi la ko ino gam la u mo la ino sa gam la u ya, tai foi mo ko lo fiso ma lu e teo sa ko la fai. Ia foi a waia ai o mavainga. Renga le lunga ma fa ko mo upu ya sa ko. Ka fa pe foi le ala ko kala. Vai ke pa mai. Mai se la krenga fo sai ku fo ma papa mo upu la ko. Foi sua ku sunga fa fenga ngol ko ma nga wenga la nui yo po yo lei ka pa mai nga mai se for malu fa le polu ma le lo le ka le si la nui o mga kulea ya ka lo sa mo fa ka yo ge yaso al ma ko kala ka fa ya kula ngal suma yo suma fa fenga nga ye fiaf al po yo fo yo le ka le sia yo makua fale nganga ia sunga ya saya e o sunga fa fengainga pa kingo on kiu ke kawabe wal bala winga nga le tua ra nui o mga kulea ngei la vaso o leo se ko fai nga po so ko finalo ma fuai le so o leo se ko fa fo le sunga fa fengainga ma le kalesia o mafuai le so Ia i ngai lavas. O whaalia, le mamalu, ma le manga, ma le pule siri ese, al kako ka pau le langi. Lea, o whaakingo, langa wala au paia. Lea ua wala au mai le soifua, o le whklainga ia whangalilo, por ko whai ako uo. Pamangava ngā ruenga ngei soifuang. Uru whale aku long mamalu, o long paia le langi. Mo whapelea, ia kako whamoe moe le ngā whangalilo le nganga o le atua, sosongi mai. Pa maise wha mawhanga i paia o ai ngalua, ai maise le, paia o le kalesia, ia ongo le, moku sia o le mawhakanga ma, se pere i kongo le ainga, ai maise le kalesia. Pa pere o le mako whamtalanga, e paia o ai ngalua i lau ko whanga mla uru whapefoia, lau ko whafo sa, o se, na rofa whakauwa, kau whainga vai e sunga i whawhengainga ma le kalesia. Ia waku langa o le mawhakanga. Ma le sunga ia Isaia. O ngā o aku le se lengi e koru wafe ka la. Wa uia uara whaingo fie. Pa o aku i lau kou kuskupe e koru wafe ka la wa. Kau whaiai le sunga i tamā ngā ruenga ma le whaitua ma le kalesia. O le mawhakanga tina, wa kau whaile pleskenge ma mawhakanga tina, le lako me alofa. Ngei lavas, e... E lua afe tala, lua afe tala me alofa ma tanga tina. Ya, ma le lako whakeu lea. Bagi yang ngomong sila yang ya. Ya le, bale halo falava. Saya kasih le halo le, bahkan atina. Ya. Pengaruh anu le mako fa mustalanga. Dia yang payak ya ngo pulang lava o yai fa moe. Kikiro al kain. Ya, lo punya le tua le. Pa moe ngisi fuanga. Mo le aso fuinga ka ko ki fa mavai ai ya whangalilo. Ya lo fa mai le tua fa malu nga au. Kai inga lo ko so fu mo ma ko wona. Ka ko ngi le manguia. Ya manguia nge po.
Alo? Wa. Amaro. Karai sikanak. Ako mo foi nge fiafi wa. Ai ala nga lu nga pe. Ni kan ku mai foi. Sunga ni. Ka. Ya, oleh anak ya aku. Am kamu bersuai saya ngaku lah biaya lu leu makawa. Ya, kali kau foi ni fiafi. Wale sumai wale kala me ar paia le kali sia. Aku boleh lewe afe uma ar paia. Malangi ya eteyole. Kala nga ya fo ko ua isaya le fiafi. Ya paia le suga di whawhengai. Wala inga kauragi. Suga ka pa Kanga foi. Makua ya masanga o le ma ke wake maro. Ya, yo foi le pampuia. Kui mamala. Ya, ke gaga foi. Le whare whiku. Le lio aika. Marco ya whasko kai marako paia iare. Le fiaf. Kai koku leo le sumai makalama yo au. Ya lewa. Pitiraku mawawaiaku la inga ngi whaf kai tere paia o le kalesia. Ya lewa mawaku. Ya. Wapenganga kea mai se si waenga pe mai ai kai usora. Ya loko wa ngalei falia ya lofoile. Le wala winga ole. Isaya le ya fa kai tele. Kai foile ma kanga pinga ya wala me alofa. Pe nga fa penga ma ke mai. Ya lau suga le whawhengainga. E ia fiafi, ma ngā ruenga mai a, alo whai o le whaiva, kai ka pēta, ai whai le kai ka inga o le kāku sauginga, ua whai le whakala ura, ia inga, ia whawhengao ngā vea pēla lau suga mkai makali, ia wāle ia fiafi ma le kāku whamoe, la lea whawhikai, whawhikai tele sa uanga, ukunenga, ia whionga pa ia le kua, ia, perkongo a vea o se vai balu, ia, lea lau tai aku ngā ulu lea ma, ainga ngā lua ngei ma, ia whawhikai tele, kan kongo, pai mai le mawhanga whanga o le ni, ia, ala la ngā whionga pa ia, e pe yung saungo whai, ma kurei ai nge fiafi, pero sa mga kukara ia lo whangia, lau sunga i whawhengaunga, a kumu pere u, ko whapa ia ma ko whare ngā, ia alo whangia le kua i lau sunga, ko i wāra winga, ia wāra ma whingalo inga, ia telengi ngā ngai olo pia, ia wāra
Everybody needs a little time away. I heard her say from each other. Even lovers need a holiday. Far away from each other. Hold me now. It's hard for me to say I'm sorry. I just want you to stay. After all that we've been through, I will make it up to you. I promise to. And after all that's been said and done, you're just a part of me I can't let go. Couldn't stand to be kept away just for the day from your body. Wouldn't wanna be swept away, far away from the one that I love. Oh, now it's hard for me to say I'm sorry. I just want you to know. Hold me now. I really want to tell you I'm sorry. I could never let you go. After all that we've been through, I will make it up to you. I promise to. And after all that's been said and done, you're just a part of me I can't let go. After all that we've been through, I will make it up to you. I promise to.
When the night has come and the land is dark and the moon is the only light we'll see. No, I won't be afraid. Oh, I won't be afraid. Just as long as you stand by me. So darling, darling, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Stand by me. If the sky that we look upon should tumble and fall, or the mountain should crumble to the sea, I won't cry, I won't cry, no, I won't shed a tear. Just as long as you stand by me. And darling, darling, stand by me. by me, stand by me. Whenever you're in trouble, won't you stand by me? Oh, stand by me. Whoa.
Take me as I am, put your hand in mine, now and forever. Darling, here I stand before you now. Deep inside I always knew it was you. You and me, two hearts joined together, bound by destiny. It was you, and you for me. Every road leads to your door, every step I take forever. Just say you love me for the rest of your life. I got a lot of love and I don't wanna let go. Will you still love me for the rest of my life? 'Cause I can't go on. No, I can't go on. I can't go on if I'm on my own. Take me as I am, put your heart in mine, stay with me forever. 'Cause I am just a man who never understood. I never had a thing to prove. Where was you? You and me, and it all came through so suddenly. I'm close to you that I wanna be. Just say you love me for the rest of your life. I got a lot of love and I don't wanna let go. Will you still love me for the rest of my life? 'Cause I can't go on. No, I can't go on. I can't go on if I'm on my own. Do you believe in love could run so strong? Do you believe a love could pass you by? There was no special one for me. I was the lonely one, you see. But then my heart lost all control. Now you're all that I know. Just say you love me for the rest of your life. I got a lot of love and I don't wanna let go. Will you still love me for the rest of my life? 'Cause I can't go on. Can't go on. No, I can't go on. Just say you love me, can't go on without somebody I can call on. I can't go on. Will you still love me? No, I can't go on. Just say you love me, can't go on. You can say you love me. You know our love was meant to be the want you here with me. From tonight until the end of time, you should know everywhere I go, always on my mind, in my heart, in my soul. Baby, you're the meaning in my life. You're the inspiration. You bring feeling to my life. You're the inspiration. Wanna have you near me? I wanna have you hear me say it. No one needs you more than I need you. And I know, yes, I know that it's plain to see. We're so in love when we're together. Now I know that I need you here with me. From tonight until the end of time, you should know. Everywhere I go, always on my mind. You're in my heart, in my soul. You're the meaning in my life. You're the inspiration. You bring feeling to my life. You're the inspiration. Wanna have you near me? I wanna have you hear me say it. No one needs you more than I. No one needs you more than Wanna have you near me? I wanna have you hear me say it. No one needs you more than I need you. You're the meaning in my life. You're the inspiration. You bring feeling to my life. You're the inspiration. When you love somebody till the end of time. When you love somebody, always on my mind. No one needs you more than I. When you love somebody till the end of time. When you love somebody, always on my mind. No one needs you more than I. When you love somebody till the end of
oceans apart, day after day, and I slowly go insane. I hear your voice on the line, but it doesn't stop the pain. If I see you next to never, then how can we say forever? Wherever you go, whatever you do, I will be right here waiting for you. Whatever it takes, or how my heart breaks, I will be right here waiting for you. I took for granted all the times that I thought would last somehow. I hear the laughter, I taste the tears, but I can't get near you now. Oh, can't you see it, baby? You've got me going crazy. Wherever you go, whatever you do, I will be right here waiting for you. Whatever it takes, or how my heart breaks, I will be right here waiting for you. I wonder how we can survive this romance, but in the end, if I'm with you, I'll take the chance. Oh, can't you see it, baby? You've got me going crazy. Wherever you go, whatever you do, I will be right here waiting for you. Whatever it takes, or how my heart breaks, I will be right here waiting for you. Waiting for you.
Make magic happen.
vai vai a manuia Aua e te loto vai vai Pea o mai whai na tā Lua te whaatasi Ma lea tua I so o se ala E te uia No ua tali ia e whalongo mai Ila une upu o le a whai Ia e no fusauni Awa e te solo muli Ila whai unga ua whai O le lalo langi nei E tumu I mea masi E te le whao so songa E vai vai